This is the Real Radio.
This is the Real Radio by the Rika Brand House. We on www.rikabrandhouse.com. Rika Brand House on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Timo, and of course, this is the Real Radio. This is the Rika Brand House, and we'll definitely make sure that you get better as a radio producer, as a radio imager, as a voiceover artist. And this we are doing for mostly our people in East Africa and of course the whole Africa, because I know this content has already moved in other places in Europe and everywhere, but we will definitely get better as, Africans to see that we get into the Real Radio mode. Now today, as I promised, this is the third episode. Remember, we said we are going to look at how to effect that voice and it really comes out nice, like that Real Radio voice, and you feel like, okay, this is what you want. Now, first of all, I want you to know that things that make the voice don't just start with effects. Get a place which is very quiet. I know some of you don't have, real studios with acoustics, but get a place which is quiet. You can use your duvet, you can use your blanket everywhere, and you get a quiet place and voice that and do that voicing that will make you sound better. 2, get a good microphone. I know the quality that at least has the quality. There are so many microphones. I will talk about the microphones later on in the later episodes, but I want you to know that a microphone is so important. Whatever it is, it can be a USB mic. It can be a mic that you plug into a sound card. It can be any microphone that you really put on, say like a lapel mic will definitely also do well. But first of all, get a quiet place, get a good microphone, get a computer where you're going to edit your voice. Now let's go first things first. I'm on my computer here. I want you to know that we are going to open a software called Adobe Audition. For those of you who have not been in the previous episodes, you can go in the very first episode. We got an introduction to Adobe Audition. Now we are going to see that we get into a new file session, and then we record, and then we know how to effect the voice, at least in 3 simple steps that you can always use. Let's go. What we are using here, as you see, is a Rode Pod mic, and we are using a Rodecaster. This is one of I think the best software that has come through for radio production, podcasting, and of course also voiceovers. You can really go out and acquire it because it will definitely do you wonders, and it doesn't have to. You don't have to go through a lot of things to really operate it. So as you see on the screen, there is Adobe Audition. As I told you before, there is an introduction to Adobe Audition. Go into the previous YouTube post that we did, and then you'll definitely see. We are on www.rikabrandhouse in case you want to know more. You can also follow me up on TikTok. I am at Timo Pandichat on TikTok and all other social media platforms. First of all, you go to File, and then you say New File, because we want to create a new file, and then you say Audio. You say Audios today, Effects, Audio. And then remember, this has to be in mono. Why? Because when you're recording, since some of our cables don't balance, it is better. You go where there's channels, you always have to put in mono. 48,000 is always good. And as it looks like this, you say, okay. So you go to the button that records, and then you record and say, this is the Real Radio by the Rika Brand House. Log on to www.rikabrandhouse.com. And when you get there, you'll definitely have to edit, get the spaces off, but always try to sample your voice and see if it is playing out loud, because what is important is you don't want to be in a situation where the voice sounds bad and then you're ready to effect it, and then it doesn't bring you, the sound that you really want for. Now, what I go for first of all, I definitely know that some of our places or spaces that we record in don't have, the right cushions to really, tame everything that comes in. So I go for noise reduction. This will definitely help for that other noise that is not needed. I select noise. You go to, let me take you back. You go to, noise reduction you go here, you go to effects. Then when you go to effects, go to noise reduction and restoration. Then you go to noise. denoise. After doing the denoise, you'll play your voice, and it will. You will have to at least decrease it if you have a very good sound room, at least by 10%. Then that will be definitely okay. So by 10%, if you decrease and you play, this is The Real Radio by the Rika Brandhaus. Log on to www.therikabrandhaus.com. And the difference when you put it off and play, the noise that has been in the room will have deducted, so you have a perfect voice that is cleaned up. 2, I'll go to effects, filter and EQ. Then I'll go for what is commonly used, and it is called the parametric equalizer. This helps to sweeten up your voice. Now, if your voice, if you are a radio imager, remember, this is one of the most important effects that will definitely make your voice sound nice. I put on the high pass effects filter here so that, it really sounds better. And if I go to at least by 100, will definitely be nice. I cut it by 100. It'll definitely be nice. Now, for you guys who do radio imaging, you definitely need to go further than 100 to make it sound like this is the perfect voice. Like that. But let's play this and here. This is The Real Radio by the Rika Brandhaus. As you can see, the waves that are moving in here. www.therikabrandhaus. And then if you are a radio imager, you will definitely push it to at least 250. There. And then you play that. When you play that,
this is The Real Radio by the
come out well. Now, after putting in, we take it back to 100 because I was just showing you guys who are so much into radio imaging. Here, 100 has. Then I really want some stereo in my voice, so I go here. There's you put in the stereo here. I always want my stereo bar to really look different, so I go here and I make it look a little bit different. So it looks like that, and I will definitely put it in a space where it sounds nice. If I play this,
log on to www.
Then I'll also I'm just doing this for at least for starters, so that you have just the voice that you can share to your client, and then they'll be like, wow. But I will come back and I get on every effect on what it should sound like. So I'm just doing this for you to have at least the client to have confidence in you of what you've shared. So this, I just come here and then I tap a bit. Then I will definitely also come here and tap a bit. Yeah, you see what I've done? When you play it,
the RikaBrandhaus.com.
It sounds like that.
This is The Real Radio.
When I remove the effect, it will definitely sound like
the Rika Brandhaus. Log on to www.
Yeah, so that's how far the journey has gone. So let me put it back, and then we look for the other third effect that is where we want to compress our voice so that it gets better. So I commonly use the multiband compressor. This works so much in radio broadcast because it helps, and also some of the effects that are there really works for. So I go and I choose broadcast. When I choose broadcast, I will definitely also just let it be. I'll just let it be, and then I play.
RikaBrandhaus.com. This is The Real Radio by the Rika Brandhaus.
Now, before that, the sound was this.
Log on to www.therikabrandhaus.com. This is The Real.
And now, the sound is this. Oh, this one has moved. The sound is like this.
Radio by the Rika Brandhaus. Log on
to get me. Now, if you're done, you'll definitely apply and see how the wave looks like. Let's first remove this. Okay, so we do go to apply here, and then that's how the wave looks like. I think it looks good.
This is The Real Radio by the Rika Brandhaus. Log on to www.therikabrandhaus.com.
I guess you get the difference. So after that, you'll definitely save your file and you are done. Remember, this is a tip that will definitely move you. This voice can play anywhere if you record it in the right space. My name is Timo, and I will definitely come back here in the next episode to show you how you deal with at least the pop in your voice. You get me? www.recapbrandhouse.com, and you can also follow us on all our social media platforms. I'm on TikTok at Timo Pandichat. Thank you so much, and thank you for being with us. This is The Real Radio, and this is the Recap Brand House. Ciao, ciao.
This is The Real Radio.